What's up, guys? I'm Josh Mosiman. Welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 120, presented to you guys by ONeill Racing. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. In our This Week in MXA series, we talk about the news and the drama of what's going on in the industry from the past week, and we talk about what the MXA wrecking crew is up to. Now, normally I'm talking about Supercross and the action that happened the past weekend, maybe a takeout, maybe an upset winner that won the race, maybe just some, interviews that we got. And this time we're talking about the Wiseco World Two-Stroke Championships. It is the most fun race of the year, usually. Now, this year was a lot less fun for me. I'm pretty sore and beat up from it, but it's still a fun race. It's still something that I highly recommend to you guys next year, but hopefully it goes a little bit smoother for me and some of the other guys next year. But that's what we're talking about in this video. The start crash heard around the world in the Open Pro two-stroke class off the first moto at Glen Helen Raceway. It's not too often that you see a domino effect of riders going down in a straight line in the middle of a start at Glen Helen, especially not fifth gear wide open, especially not in the pro class, and especially not, in the middle of the start. Like usually if it's a crash, it's in the first turn or coming into the first turn when the track kind of narrows down. But this time the track crash really started with me. I came out of the gate, went left, and hooked handlebars with Trevor Stewart. That started a domino effect of me going down and lots of other riders going down. Man, heartbreaking to be really the starter of the crash. I've been having a hard time with this one. It's been hard ever since it happened. Obviously, I'm in a lot of pain, but more riders were hurt worse than I was, and I was able to keep racing for the day. But MXA's Brian Medeiros, he was hauled off in an ambulance. We got an interview with him coming up, and then we have Matt Baca. He was hauled off in an ambulance with a broken femur and a broken wrist. Both required surgery, and he's on the mend now. But long story short, a lot of riders went down. A lot of guys got hurt. Even MXA's Ezra Lewis, he had a gnarly crash. He was lucky to walk away from it.
What's up, guys? Appreciate everybody checking in. That start this weekend was insane. Felt like I got out of the gate pretty good. We're going down the start straight, and Glen Helen starts so fast. We're all tunnel vision into that first corner, and next thing you know, I felt like I got hit from the back. Bike started going sideways. I started veering left. Thought I was gonna save it, but ended up not, and then ended up getting ran over, which I didn't know until after watching the video. Ended up dislocating my left hip, fracturing my L1 to L4 little wings on the vertebrae. So far so good with the healing process. They were able to get my hip back in at the hospital. Back still a little sore. Got some Dunlop MX33 marks up my back, but it's all good. Part of the game. We're all pros going for big money. So yeah, I appreciate everybody checking in on me, and we'll be back soon, and see you guys at the track.
All right, guys, so moving on, we have to talk about the rest of the Wiseco World Two-Stroke Championships. It was a good event, and the Open Pro classes were actually live streamed for the first time ever on our sister publication's YouTube channel. That's right, Dirt Bike Magazine had some awesome coverage on there. Two drone operators, Devin and Max, did an awesome job getting some epic shots. Some of those were featuring in here, and they were featured on that live stream of the event. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can check out Dirt Bike Magazine on YouTube, and they got some cool footage from both for Moto 1 and Moto 2 from the Open Pro class at the Wiseco World Two-Stroke Championship. Great coverage and great stuff that I'm excited to see as it continues to build over the next few years. But the rest of the racing was good. Carson Brown ended up going 2-1 in the Open Pro class to get the overall win, so congrats to him. Ryan Surratt, he was riding a 2002 Honda CR250 two-stroke chassis with a 2006 Honda CR250 two-stroke motor in it, so impressive to see him get second overall. He went 1-2 for second, and he battled hard with Carson Brown for that top spot on the podium in the Open Pro class. And then Trevor Stewart, last year's winner, he got third overall in the Open Pro class. Ryan Moraes, he got the win in the Pasha 125 Open class. I went 1-3 in that class. I was definitely feeling it after that start crash, and locked up and got real tired and sore in that last moto, and both him and Michael Essie passed me. I was still still able to get second overall, with Michael Essie getting third overall. He went 3-2 for third overall. I went 1-3 for second, and Ryan Moraes, he went 2-1 for first overall in that class. Michael Essie, he got the win in the 30 plus Pasha class, and then Mike Brown, he got the win in the 50 plus Pasha class. But Mike Brown, 50 years old, he actually beat Michael Essie in the second moto of the Pasha 30 plus class. So lots of great racing this past weekend. If you haven't seen our full video from the event, be sure to check it out on our YouTube channel covering the entire thing. 14 minutes of two-stroke action from Glen Helen, all filmed by MXA's Trevor Nelson. Next up, highlighting the Glendale Supercross briefly, it was Jet Lawrence show again in the 250 class, but this is the first time he's got the win in the Triple Crown racing. He went 1-3-1 in the three main events to get the overall win. RJ Hampshire once again finished second behind Jet Lawrence, but this time, because Cameron McAdoo was injured, it was actually Levi Kitchen that ended up on the podium. So we've seen it, I think, 4 times so far this season, where it was Lawrence first, Hampshire second, McAdoo third. This time McAdoo wasn't there, and Levi Kitchen went 3-2-2 to get third overall in the Triple Crown. Pretty impressive stuff. It was especially cool to see Levi Kitchen get the whole shot and stand up all the way around the sweeper in the first turn. Very impressive stuff from those guys. Diving into the 450 class, we had some good racing going on there. The track was very slick at the Glendale Supercross Triple Crown, and that is something that we are known for seeing at the Phoenix Supercross races, but Eli Tomac said that this was one of the most slick Supercrosses he's seen in a long time. Tomac went 1-2-1 to get the overall win. Chase Sexton went 4-1-3 for second overall, and Barsha ended up on the podium again with 3-6-2 moto scores. Unfortunately for Cooper Webb, he came in tied on points with Eli Tomac, but ended up leaving 7 points down after finishing 4th overall at Glendale. Next up, we are back to East Coast Supercross racing. The 250 West Riders will take another break, and the 250 East Riders will pick it back up again in Atlanta, Georgia this weekend. It is another Speedway Supercross, and it is going to be an exotic track this weekend. We got 2 sand sections, 2 extremely long whoop sections, some wild off-camber jumps in the rhythm sections, some big sweeper corners, and the longest start straight of the year. Yes, Atlanta Supercross, the track looks gnarly, and looks like it's going to create some intense racing this weekend. Like I said, 250 East Coast is back at it, so that will be Hunter Lawrence and Nate Thrasher at the front of the pack, with the rest of the riders getting ready to go. So we're looking forward to the Atlanta Supercross. It is going to be round 12 of the Monster Energy Supercross season. We got 5 more races to go. Eli Tomac does have that 7-point lead on Cooper Webb in the 450 Supercross Championship, so it's going to be interesting to see if Cooper Webb can bounce back and tighten things up this weekend, or if Tomac is going to continue to extend that points lead. Either way, it's a great time to be a motocross and supercross fan. I also wanted to let you know about the new ONeill Prodigy gear that just launched this past weekend. I got to race with it at the two-stroke race, and also Julian Balmer, he won the Supercross Futures main event with it. So good stuff about that gear. It's lightweight, flexible, athletic fitting, and pretty cool stuff. I got the black set behind me right here. I wore the blue set this past weekend. Pretty sick stuff. We also did a giveaway on our Instagram at Motocross Action Mag. So check out our video we posted on Saturday of me starting up my Gas 150. Pretty cool. We gave away a set of gear, or we're in the process of giving away a set of gear. So ONeill's going to announce the winner on Wednesday. This video comes out on Wednesday at 5 a.m. So be sure to check out our Instagram. Maybe you can comment on there to get entered to win. Kind of a last minute submission there, but good stuff. If you want to check it out, ONeill.com. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. See you in the next one.